Hi, good morning, everybody. For the sake of time, we're going to go ahead and get started. Forgive me, I may cough every now and then, just getting over a head cold here. So, welcome to Palmer College and today's Veterans Day recognition. I'm Dr. Julie Johnson, Assistant Professor in the Palmer Clinics, and I am the President for the Rock Island Arsenal Chapter of the Association of the United States Army, Rock Island Arsenal Board here. And I'm going to be your Master of Ceremonies today. I ask that you rise at this time. Julie Kanak is going to sing the Star Spangled Banner for us. She is from the Chiropractic College Museum.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was beautiful, Julie. Thank you so much. As we begin, we'd like to thank Ms. Vicki Ann Palmer for her support of veterans and her generous co-sponsorship of this event, which has become a Palmer tradition. Ms. Palmer, could you please rise and be recognized? I'd like to call your attention to the screen at the front where you will see a list of Palmer's students, faculty, and staff who have served or are currently serving in the U.S. Armed Forces. We thank you for your service and sacrifice. Today is about honoring you. If you are in this room, please rise, raise your hand, do something so that we can recognize you. Thank you for your service, sir. As a point of reference, Veterans Day is a day when Americans come together throughout our nation to commemorate what was once known as Armistice Day, a day when a truce was signed between Allies and Germany during World War I on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. In 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed a bill proclaiming November 11th as Veterans Day to honor all who had served in America's many armed forces. He called upon Americans everywhere to rededicate themselves annually, not to the cause of war, but to the cause of peace. Palmer College has shown consistent support to our veterans as a proud participant in the Yellow Ribbon program since 2011. The program covers tuition costs for qualified veterans attending higher education institutions. The Palmer Clinics have also offered a military care program at all 3 campus locations since 2008, providing over $3.3 million of in-kind chiropractic services to all active duty soldiers, veterans with a 20% disability rating or greater, and their direct dependents for both of these populations because we know that families serve too. And finally, Palmer is proud to announce that for 6 consecutive years it has received the designation Military Friendly School. Thank you. Our first speaker today has participated in 111 military funerals, and that is no easy task. 2 color guard ceremonies as well. He is 9th trimester student and Palmer Veterans Club President Nick Meyer. Nick, who's from Indianola, Iowa, spent 6 years in the Iowa Army National Guard as a trumpet player for the 34th Army Band. He and his fellow band members helped with recruiting and fostering support from civilians. He joined with his 2 brothers, both of whom still serve today. During his 6 years with the National Guard, Nick became involved in Iowa's Honor Guard program to honor fallen soldiers during their funeral services. That's how he came to participate in all of those military funerals. Since leaving the military and enrolling at Palmer, he became active in Palmer's Veterans Club starting in his 2nd trimester. Sir, thank you for your service. Please welcome Nick Meyer.
They printed it out for me. Friends, faculty, club members, and the various veterans here today, good morning and thank you for joining us in today's ceremony. My name is Nick Meyer, as mentioned, and I am the current president of the Palmer Veterans Club. I was asked here to speak about the club and its efforts in the community. First of all, let me tell you about our roots. The Veterans Club was founded in 1947 by Dr. Galen Price, former president of Palmer College. This was post-World War II era, where many veterans were in need of some form of camaraderie. Originally, Vets Club members simply met together and hung out. Then somewhere around 1975, the club members decided they wanted to do more and raised money for charities in the area. They then transitioned the club into the coffee shop you know today. As it is now, the coffee shop serves as a way for veterans to gather and support each other. Veterans who return home and try to make a way for themselves in the civilian world often struggle and are in need of someone to lean on. Whether a veteran wants to volunteer, have a place just to hang out, or simply know where other vets can be found, being available to veterans is one way the club can help. While we're a group always available specifically to veterans, we're also available to anyone who wants to support us in our charitable goals. You don't have to be a veteran to be a part of the Veterans Club. We have several members who help us who didn't serve themselves, but they have family members who served. Honestly, nearly everyone has a grandfather who was in World War II. Now, I mentioned the club has charitable goals. We exist as a way for our members to continue to serve others. We donate to various charities in the Quad Cities area, including Humility of Mary, the YMCA, King Harvest, and several others. Additionally, since students are the ones who provide us with our money, what we do is we give back to the various clubs on campus to help them fund their events. Overall, the Veterans Club donates about $3,000 to $4,500 per year to help others every single year. I'll be honest that over this last year, however, we honestly haven't done quite as good of a job at donating to charities. We've been working on some organizational improvements to help the club run more smoothly instead. This includes ways to streamline paying taxes each year, accessing our funds whenever needed, upgrading our register to help with transactions, and many more. We've also been working with Palmer College to improve the room the shop is located in. About a year ago, we were provided with a window looking into the courtyard, which we absolutely love. And soon, we're hoping Palmer College manages to renovate our area, a goal we've had for many, many years. Now to say a few words to recognize the honorable service members who have given so much on our behalf. On Memorial Day, we honor those who are no longer with us, some who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Today, we recognize those who are still here, whose sacrifices often go unnoticed. These men and women spend years away from home. They delay plans for college and marriage. They miss birthdays and other milestones. Their mental health is affected, their physical health. Relationships can end while they're gone. Once they're back, they may struggle to hold a job. The list goes on and on. As I close, I urge you all to consider these sacrifices that go unnoticed. Consider that these, not only today, but anytime you see a veteran, that they are something you should recognize. Take a moment, any chance you get, to look a veteran in the eye, shake their hand, and thank them for their service and everything that they've done on our behalf. We owe them more than we know. Thank you.
Don't go away. So this is actually from Ms. Palmer. This is a nice cookie bouquet, so turn it around so that you can see it, just to thank you for taking the time out of your schedule today. There you go. Thank you so much. It's okay. Thank you. All right, so it is also my distinct pleasure to welcome our special guest speaker, Colonel Arthur B. Cahigal, MD. Colonel Cahigal is the Command Surgeon, Army Sustainment Command. He serves as a Principal Medical Advisor to the Commanding General, Army Sustainment Command, and his staff, and has done so since July of 2017. Prior to this assignment, his operational assignments have included Battalion Flight Surgeon and Brigade Flight Surgeon, 101st Airborne Division, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, Chief Preventive Medicine and Medical Intelligence, U.S. Army Special Operations Command, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and Division Surgeon, 1st Army Division East, Fort Meade, Maryland. Colonel Cahigal has deployed as a Senior Medical Officer in the 13th Sustainment Command Expeditionary in Iraq in Task Force ODIN-E. Okay, thank you, in Afghanistan. He has dual board certification in general preventive medicine and public health and aerospace medicine. Please welcome him to Palmer.
What an absolutely wonderful way to end this week. It started out pretty good, on Sunday, it's daylight savings time. We were able to sleep an hour, an extra hour, weren't we? We all took advantage of that. One reason why I like the daylight savings time is because now the clock on my microwave is the correct time. and I grew up outside Chicago, and I'm a Cubs fan. And a couple weeks ago, Houston Astros, they won the World Series. And I was actually rooting for them. I'm an underdog type guy. And so I was rooting for them. And of course they won in Dodger Stadium. And did you see that one of their players, Carlos Correa, he proposed to his girlfriend right there in Dodger Stadium. It was very nice of him, I thought, because it was the only way the Dodgers were going to be able to see a ring this fall. Dr. Johnson, I want to thank you for the warm welcome on this special day. It's certainly an honor to speak at this special event at the Premier College of Chiropractic. Mr. Meyer, soon to be Dr. Meyer, since you're in your ninth trimester, thank you for being the president of the Veterans Club. Your leadership is certainly something that will go forward, and you contributed a lot. Where's Miss Connect? Absolutely amazing rendition of the national anthem. Thank you very much for that. Good morning. I want to thank you very much for inviting me here today. I want to thank you for everyone who took the time out of their busy schedules to come here to honor America's truest heroes, our veterans. So one more time, before I start, I'd like to recognize the veterans. Please stand or raise your hand one more time again, so that we may recognize you. Again, thank you for joining me here today as we honor the great men and women from all walks of life who have stepped forward to defend our country. Veterans Day is a celebration of all those who continue to serve our country, past and present. And we also say not only thank you to them, but also thank you for their families who have served and sacrificed quite a bit for our nation. And this year marks the centennial celebration of World War I. And from this tragic war comes the observance of what we know today as Veterans Day, honoring those who previously and currently served our great country. Regardless of our military branch, even the Air Force, our veterans have served in the Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Marines. This day belongs to them and to the vast generations of patriots. President Calvin Coolidge said long ago, "A nation which forgets its defenders will soon itself be forgotten." Well, America doesn't have this problem. as we can attest today by your attendance at this ceremony. We have not forgotten our defenders. Today and every day we must remember our veterans who constantly have fought for our freedom. And so we must not allow our freedom to be threatened or be taken for granted. As a nation, our veterans have preserved our freedom. They fought to defend our country and our way of life, our life right now, and also for future generations to come. So on occasion, I get asked, what can we do for our veterans? One way to ensure that our force is always mission ready is to answer our call of duty today, tomorrow, at any time. Your Army needs your support, trust, and confidence so that we are manned, trained, and equipped at all times to defend our country. Know that the country's premier school of chiropractic, your school, has done its part to maintain our readiness by providing world-class chiropractic care to our soldiers and their families on the arsenal that are assigned also in our local communities. Our first commanding general, George Washington, said, "To be prepared for war is one of the most effectual means of preserving peace." And so, a mission-ready Army is the best chance for peace. Sadly, the U.S. has been at war for the past 16 years. And as a result, we have the youngest generation of veterans since the Vietnam War. Every year, approximately 120,000 soldiers transition from the Army to the civilian life. And so they have these skills and attributes which makes them very employable. Potential future soldiers, they look to see how we take care of our veterans as they decide whether to join themselves. And our ability to maintain our all-volunteer Army force, it really does have, is partly an effect, is how we treat our veterans. Many employers are stepping up to support our veterans. But still, much work still has to be done. So I urge all of you here today to continue supporting our veterans and remember that they have much more to offer our great country. They do not leave behind their attributes and skills when they take off their uniform for the last time and transition to military life. They have the skills, knowledge, and attribute to get just about any job done. Right now, all around the country, our veterans are serving as doctors, lawyers, engineers, teachers, first responders, and even elected officials. They continue to serve our country and our local communities and make positive impacts, building stronger futures, and they also inspire our young generation to serve. Soon, many of our veterans here today, they will become doctors of chiropractic. Once a soldier, always a soldier for life. And that's the way it should be. And we have a duty to support all of them. All Americans should have a responsibility to ensure the service and sacrifices of all our veterans are not overlooked or forgotten. General Craig Abrams, the Army's 26th Chief of Staff, famously said that people aren't in the Army, they are the Army. Our Army is people, and our tanks, helicopters, and formations are nothing without the professionals that man them. Our soldiers represent the best our nation has to offer. They are the heart and soul and the spirit of the greatest nation on earth. I am humbled and honored as a fellow veteran and American to stand before you here today. I ask that you continue setting the Palmer College of Chiropractic stand apart from your peers and to continue that by continuing to serve your veterans that are in the community. And I see that firsthand. My wife and my daughter get their care in their clinic here, and I thank you that very much. This is truly a special day, and I thank you for sharing it with me. May God continue to bless us, our veterans, our families, and the United States of America. Thank you.
Eagle, this is also okay for Ms. Palmer to take for taking time out of your schedule today, sir, and know you're a sports enthusiast. May I say go Army, beat Navy
Oh,
in the
there we
upcoming
go.
game, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice. That's right. Thank you again, sir. Thank you for your service.
Thanks. I didn't eat breakfast on purpose because I'm
Well, this concludes today's recognition event. We'd like to once again recognize you, Ms. Palmer. Thank you so much for the support you give in ensuring that we can continue to recognize our veterans, our students that have given service. It wouldn't happen without you, ma'am. And please enjoy the refreshments that we have this morning. Join us in celebrating our nation and this wonderful day. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
To do for so many people. So, well, it's my honor to meet you as well. It's good to see you again. Glad you got your window. I'm sure.
How about we race where we...
Can I give you can I shoot you my email?
Yes. Yeah, I'm glad you get it.